Hello. In our last video, you may have noticed that the GS4 MTH Southern Pacific 4449 didn't look like it was performing as it should, and in fact it was having some issues. And this video is going to demonstrate, I believe, the difference in the quality of power to your track and how it impacts locomotive and train performance. Remember that the GS4 is pulling fully lighted Broadway Limited daylight cars, so there is a there's a power load on it that is more than just the locomotive itself. So first we're going to start off with the GS4 pulling the passenger cars being powered by the NCE Power Cab, which is a 1.5 amp power supply at 13.4 volts. And let's see how she performs.
Turn on the injector.
Notice we have some jerkiness that's sort of timed with the chuffs. While I sort of like that effect, the fact is I'm not touching the throttle, so therefore you can see the slowdown that's happening and the interruptions in operation. So now we have switched over to PFM, which is basically DC. We will see how it performs with the DC power pack. So first we have to apply voltage to the track to get the sound to start up. We hear the fan for the locomotive smoke start up at about 8 volts. And the locomotive sound start up at 11 volts. So we're going to let it start off here and see how it performs. It starts moving at 12 volts. We're now coming up upgrade. So far we've had no malfunctions of the sound. We're going to switch it to reverse. Pushing the cars uphill. So I would say that performance on a straight DC power supply is perfect. So now we're going to try DCS, and that'll be straight DC power also. Okay, so now we're using the DCS Commander, which is made by MTH, and we're going to start it off on just regular straight DC voltage, and we should be going forward, I believe. So we'll see for sure here. So at 0 volts, we're up to 1 volt. I won't bore you. We're up to 3 volts. .2 volts. We're drawing 1 amp at this point. Brakes released, it looks like. And then at 10.8 volts, the locomotive starts moving. Just walking away with the train. .2 volts, excuse me, 1.2 amps are being pulled at this time. That is 12 volts DC. And we're starting upgrade. .5 volts, which is all that the power cab can put out. And you can see that we're running rather slow, but steady with no malfunctions. Just went over the change between blocks, which is normal. slowing down to come into the station. Okay, we have switched on the DCS on the DCS Commander by MTH. We're going to turn on the power and press the DCS button. Lights come on, marker lights come on. You can hear the smoke unit firing up. So let's see how the same locomotive with the same passenger cars perform on the Texas and Pacific Railroad. There's the whistle. Down.
Water level looks good.
Water level looks good, so we're going to accelerate. Speed step number 1, which is supposed to be 1 scale mile per hour. Three scale miles per hour. Again, this is on the MTH DCS Commander under DCS control. Speed step 7, 8, 9. So all we've done so far is we flipped the switch from DCC power to standard power, which comes from the DCS Commander power supply from MTH. As you can see, no slowdown, no stuttering, all the lights are on in the passenger cars. So that tells us that a power pack that has the ability to put out more amps and volts will overcome the passenger cars that the GS4 is pulling, and also improves the overall performance of the locomotive. We're going to speed up the locomotive to full speed. That's 108 miles per hour, and that speed has not ever been achieved before, because I think we've been running out of voltage and amps before we could get past about 20 miles per hour. Okay, now we're going to come by at 80 miles an hour. And again, this is 1 scale mile per hour according to MTH. Put it in reverse. We're going to back up. I decided to do another test before we change out the power pack controller, just to see if taking the passenger cars off the GS4 changes its operation characteristics. So we've now turned back on the power cab, and we're going to back up and take hold of the freight train. So as we add power,
Let's get down the line.
turn on the headlight. Okay, we're going to start out at speed step 1 and let it run slowly, and then we'll back up to the freight train. Speed step 2. Seems to be running excellent. It's pulling 0.85 amps right now. Okay, we're going to reverse direction. Coming across the wigwag crossing. Speed step 7. Speed step 6. This is on the NCE Power Cab with the original 1.5 amp power supply. Speed step 1. We're going to accelerate up to 3/6 speed step, which is the same speed step we were running pulling passenger train. So speed step 3/6. We're pulling 1.1 amps. It's a pretty heavy train. We're still stalling out at that point, but it's been the only point so far. It's not really stalling out, it's tripping over. That was 1.2 amps pulling this train. Now, as a test, I have purchased a new 2 amp power supply from NCE to see if my power supply for my NCE, which is approximately 10 years old, got a few, probably hundreds if not thousands of hours of operation time on it, at least hundreds of hours. So maybe it's gotten weak, so we're going to hook it up real quick and then we'll see if that gives us any difference in performance. Okay, here's the new NCE Power Pack. Okay, we have the new NCE P114 Power Pack installed on the NCE Power Cab. According to the output ratings, this one has about a 0.19 increase in amperage output. And we're going to see if the other one that's around 10 to 12 years old, if it's worn down or gotten weaker, or the circuit, supposedly there's a circuit inside, and the circuit inside may have a problem, but we'll find out. So we have the GS4 pulling the freight train. We'll start out with that just to make it easy. Okay, we're on speed step 0. We're going to turn the headlight on. Headlights on. And we're going to move out to speed step 1. I would say the power pack helped a little bit. It only slowed down on the upper level. That particular section of track is at the end of the bus, and so therefore normally when you're pulling a heavy train, it will slow down there, but the MTH does slow down there more than other trains do. But the key was, we were having about 3 or 4, I guess you'd call it sound shutdowns or reboots on the old power pack, and we had no shutdowns on the last 2 laps, so there is some improvement. So let's now hook up to the passenger train. This is the new power pack, pulling the same passenger cars. As you can hear, the passenger cars, the added amps from the lights are just too much, even for the new power pack to handle. Okay, this is the GS4 by itself on the NCE Power Cab at speed step 35. So a summary of what we learned is the power supply for the NCE Power Cab. The new one did not really help the performance, maybe just a itty bitty bit as far as the number of restarts. On regular AC power, the engine runs perfect, pulling passenger cars or not. On the DCS command power pack with it on straight DC, runs fine like it's supposed to. When you put it into DCS mode on the DCS commander, it functions perfectly just like it says, including maintaining speed up and down hills.
Ready when you are.
So basically, if you're going to pull passenger cars, due to the GS4, MTH GS4, pulling more amps and power, you're going to need a larger power supply to get your satisfactory operation. So overall, the engine is a beautiful engine. has great detail. On the right power supply, it has excellent performance, and then the performance tends to be spottier on a smaller power supply. You know, some people say that my layout has virtually perfect track work, and I will say that 99% of the time, if you have a problem, it's operator error. So it's not quite perfect, but for all the other trains I run, which is hundreds of them, this particular engine, and I will also say I own a GS4, both in the American Freedom train and in the Daylight, and all three GS4s, it looks like, MTH being the brand of all of them, do not perform well when, and so now I know at least that all three of them, it's an impact of power supply instead of a defect in the locomotive. So I guess the bottom line is the quality of your and the amount of power that you're supplying to your track is important to get the maximum performance from your locomotives and trains. So with that, place your comments below. Tell me if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like. And thank you for watching. This is the final run around. We're going to run the Broadway Limited F7 ABA unit around and see how it performs. We're going to run it at the same 36 speed step for comparison. This is with Rolling Thunder turned on. Okay, we're throttled up to 36. Locomotive is pulling 0.36 amps, 0.36. No slowdown whatsoever as it climbs a 1.5% grade. So it sure seems that the amperage draw is what's causing the problem. Lack of amperage, lack of volts, and MTH needs a little bit stronger power pack to perform to perfection.